We're here with Wisconsin Stevens Point after a first round loss in the NCAA tournament. Coach, just your opening thoughts.
Well, Mary Hardin Baylor is obviously well deserving. They forced us to really work on the offensive end and at times made us uncomfortable, and that led to them getting out in transition. Right, they averaged 90 points per game for a reason, and they were able to consistently, put us on our heels a little bit, especially when we were able to make a run. With that being said, I couldn't be just more proud of our program. These three guys that are next to me, right? Each of them came to this program. Seth Myron, Logan Baumgartner, and Josiah Butler when Pointer basketball was working to come back. Right, 4 national titles, 4 straight decades of success, and we weren't at that point. And all these three guys, in addition to Cal Crone and others that came in, but with these three that were on the court tonight, believed in that vision of getting us back to the national tournament and national conversation. And because of that, we're sitting here. Not the result that we wanted, but I couldn't be more proud of these three and our rest of our group to be back in that conversation.
Yeah. Coach, talk about the fast pace. You guys made a trip down to Texas earlier this year to play with 2 other Texas teams. Did that match the game style that you were expecting tonight too, those 2 teams?
Yeah, I mean, there's good Division III basketball all over the country, right? And any fan is observing that right now, where we always say good basketball knows no level, right? And tonight there was a really good team that came up and played somewhat similar to what we experienced, how physical and how they wanted to get up into us and force us to work on the offensive end. And we had a feel for that, but we just weren't able to use it to our advantage to come out on top.
Yeah. You talked about kind of building back the success that this program's known for. Players, what was your first experience like in the NCAA tournament?
I'll say, for me, it was exciting just to be able to experience this, like Coach talked about, to be able to get our program back to where we expect it to be every year. Obviously not the result we wanted, but I'm really happy to be able to experience this with this group of guys.
Yeah, to go along with that, I mean, I got the same feeling. I mean, playing basketball in March at the collegiate level, something any kid wants to do. The experience was amazing. Obviously, like he said, not the result we wanted, but this experience will be great for us.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. It was a great experience, super exciting, but we didn't get what we wanted, and I think that's only going to motivate us for next year.
Yeah. Coach, building off that, how do you think the senior class helped you kind of build back?
Yeah, well, we have an interesting group because we just have one young man that's been in our program for 4 years, Shane Tarjan, and somebody that saw the transition through between 2 coaching staffs. And for him, he was not somebody that received large minutes on the court, but it was a huge impact in the locker room. And when you have guys like that and you see the emotion, I mean, even yesterday in practice, the emotion that Shane had, because he saw the growth that this program has gone through, and he was a part of that, right? Tonight getting a couple minutes on the court, he deserved that, and for him to feel that to be the lone young man that saw that, to be our only 4-year guy here, is something that's special. And we always say about making your mark on this program, and that's really hard to do on a team that's in a program that's won 4 national titles. But Shane helped us get there, right? And this is the next step in the process for it. But it is only a step in the process. That doesn't mean it's a guarantee that we're going to get back here. We have to work our tail off to get back here. But this is just the next step in the process. And for us to be able to be here just 3 years removed from winning 5 total games and 3 years combined in our league is a statement, right, to the guys in the locker room, and certainly to these 3 guys right here.
Any questions?
You want to ask that one? I can do it.
Go ahead.
Okay. How did early foul trouble with Josiah Butler and Seth Myron affect the flow of your game plan?
Yeah, it ended up actually being the difference in the game, right? That's where they ended up building an 8 to 10 point lead. and you know, ended up being something that we just weren't able to overcome. Each time that we were able to get it right to about 7 points, they either got a loose ball or knocked in a late clock three or grabbed an offensive rebound that kept it at 10. And we talked about it right around the 12-minute mark that, okay, they knocked in a three, they got it to 10, and the next time they got it to 8, we're going to take a timeout and then settle ourselves in to take that next step. Unfortunately, we just weren't able to get to that point where they were able to keep that cushion, you know, all the way up until the end. You know, made it a little bit tighter there, you know, down the stretch, but it was just a cushion that we weren't able to overcome. That they took advantage of, and a credit to them and their coaching staff and their players to take advantage of that, certainly there in the first half.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.